No, they did not settle with the OnePlus 12R. So last year, two phones came with big promises, the OnePlus 11 and the OnePlus 11R, and boy, they delivered. Specifically, the OnePlus 11R was a phone that redefined the affordable flagship smartphone space with specs and price that no other phone manufacturer could match. The result, well, the OnePlus 11R was deservingly the best seller in its price range. And so, with a history of shaking things up with their feature-loaded offerings at attractive pricing, can the OnePlus 12R live up to the hype in 2024? Hello everyone, I'm Anish of Fiiber by India Today, and this is my review of the OnePlus 12R. But of course, before we get on with the rest of the video, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. So with the OnePlus 12 series, OnePlus is betting big on all-around upgrades, and this OnePlus 12R comes with a host of new things over the OnePlus 11R. First up, the design. So look at the 11R and 12R side by side, front and back, and you must think, what's really different here in terms of looks apart from the new blue color that the 12R gets? In reality, the 12R is now slightly wider, a hair thicker and 3 grams heavier than the 11R, which is not a big difference, but the phone feels dense in the hands. The reason being, the OnePlus 12R gets a metal frame as opposed to the plastic frame on the 11R, and pretty much this was one of the most prominent missing links in the 11R, and I'm glad they addressed it. But other than this, the 12R has the same glass front and back as the 11R. In fact, the front has Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protection now, which is good, and the company also ships the phone with a pre-applied screen protector. By the way, the 12R is also IP64 rated for dust and water resistance, which is great. Now, the company has also fixed a couple of hardware placements. So I love the placement of the fingerprint sensor, which is a little higher than the 11R's and is easier to reach, and of course, it is fast and accurate as ever. Second is the alert slider, which has now returned to its original spot on the left side of the frame, and so the volume buttons are placed right above the power button now, which honestly is its most natural spot. So about the design and build, I think while following the don't fix what ain't broken policy with the OnePlus 12R, the company added a metal frame, repositioned some buttons for practical reasons, and gave IP64 a rating. By the way, this new blue color looks quite dazzling, but it is a fingerprint magnet, so while I won't suggest you case it up as it will ruin the beauty of the phone, you can always apply a high quality transparent skin. Alright, the display, and while at first it may seem like it's the same panel from the 11R that the company has slapped on the 12R, good God, they went all in here. Okay, there's a slight increase in size. This is a 6.78-inch Pro XDR AMOLED panel, still 10-bit, still 120Hz, but now with a 1 to 120Hz adaptive refresh rate. Additionally, while the 11R had a peak brightness of 1450 nits, the OnePlus 12R has 1600 nits in high brightness mode, while the phone can hit peak brightness of 4500 nits. Of course, you will need to play content which supports this sort of crazy brightness number. In my testing, there's no doubt that this is a well-calibrated panel with a ton of settings to tune the colors of the display according to your liking, and of course the panel is bright and gorgeous. However, I still didn't find any video that can fully unleash the capability of the 4500 nits brightness, and I did try a bunch of apps such as Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and the likes. So while I don't doubt that the hardware is right here, and the company is also claiming it to be the brightest panel ever on a smartphone, I still couldn't find any supporting content to go with it. As for the dual speakers, they deliver a balanced soundscape for movies and shows, and they crank up loud enough to listen to your favorite beat in the shower. Calls are crystal clear too, making it perfect for hands-free chats. Anyway, did I tell you that OnePlus has also put in this cool new Aqua Touch technology, a first to be seen on any smartphone yet. So what it does is that you can use the OnePlus 12 and the OnePlus 12R with wet fingers, or say when the phone's screen is wet, and it will work like a charm. Alright, now let's talk about the muscle under the hood. So the OnePlus 12R rocks a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which, while not the absolute latest chip, is still a powerhouse. And trust me, this phone blazes through everyday tasks, crushes demanding games such as the likes of Call of Duty Mobile and BGMI at their best settings, and multitasks like a champ. Plus, with up to 16 GB of RAM, you will never feel bogged down. Now, here are some benchmark numbers to give you some context about the kind of performance gains the OnePlus 12R brings to the table over the OnePlus 11R. Of course, the credit for the incredible performance also goes to OxygenOS 14 atop Android 14, which is the company's latest software offering. Yes, in terms of looks, it is quite similar to Oppo's ColorOS, but here's how things get better. There's zero amount of bloatware out of the box, so imagine having this clean and snappy software experience, but then again, all the customizations, features, and things like dual apps, app lock, app hide, and so much more make OxygenOS a joy to use. Now, apart from the performance and software, here's the real kicker, the battery. The OnePlus 12R packs a humongous 5500 mAh battery, which is 500 mAh more than the 11R's battery and 100 mAh more than the 12's battery. And let me tell you, it is a marathon runner. I easily got through a full day of heavy use with juice to spare, and thanks to that insane 100-watt fast wired charging, you can go from zero to hero in under 26 minutes. I mean, with this phone, battery anxiety would be a thing of the past. And just by the way, do you want to see a battery drain test comparison between the OnePlus 12R and the OnePlus 11R? You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, let's talk cameras. The OnePlus 12R features a 50 megapixel primary rear camera, that is the IMX890 sensor, the same flagship sensor from the OnePlus 11. This is coupled with an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 2 megapixel macro camera, and a decent 16 megapixel selfie snapper. So without exaggerating much, I can safely say that in good lighting, the OnePlus 12R captures some impressive photos with a good amount of detail and sharpness, making even distant objects easily discernible. Colors also seem accurate and well balanced, capturing the vibrancy of your surroundings. In fact, skin tones are captured well, and if you see this photo of Cyrus taken in portrait mode, the edge detection, the background, just the overall result is so good. Even this photo of a bunch of good folks captured inside a dimly lit cafe, and you can see how naturally the phone has captured the skin tones. Now, as for the ultra wide angle camera, I would say it is decent for capturing the grandeur of a panoramic scene, although slight softness around the edges might creep in at closer inspection. Then there's a 2 megapixel macro lens, and let's be honest, its inclusion feels more like a check the box feature than a genuine addition to the camera system. I mean, close-up shots lack detail and often struggle with focusing, leaving you yearning for more. However, shots taken in not the best lighting impressed me a lot. I mean, apart from dealing with flares when clicking against strong light sources, 8 out of 10 times, photos taken at night look great, boast a decent amount of clarity, and have good dynamic range. So of course, the issue with the flare thingy can always be fixed with a software patch, and I hope OnePlus fixes it soon. As for selfies, no complaints at all with the photos taken in good light. However, for the selfies taken in the dark, I would suggest keeping a steady hand so that you don't end up with a blurry mess. So right now I'm recording from the rear camera of the OnePlus 12R. This is 4K 60 FPS video recording. The phone can shoot up to 4K 60 FPS max, and this is the kind of quality that you get, of course, in terms of colors. Very natural skin tones you get, and the overall color reproduction is very nice and authentic. What do you think about the stabilization, Imam? If you can just walk a little. So this is the kind of stabilization that you get. Of course, the audio is coming right from the OnePlus 12R. What do you think about it, and what do you think about the overall quality? Let me know in the comments. Now, when it comes to the selfie video, well, this is restricted to 1080p 30 fps, and while the skin tone and color reproduction is quite nice, HDR performance is also quite nice. I wish the stabilization was a little better than what we are getting here. The field of view is also quite good. And what do you think about the audio? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the overall quality in the comments? And next up is the verdict. So summing up, the OnePlus 11R was a solid phone, and so naturally the OnePlus 12R has some big shoes to fill, and I can say this without a shadow of a doubt that this phone lives up to the hype. I mean, just look at the list of upgrades. The screen is improved, the performance is loaded, the battery life is solid, the software is stable, and the camera performance is delightfully good. All this at the same starting price of the OnePlus 11R, that is 39,999 rupees. Better yet, this phone, if you can ignore the ultra-wide angle camera and the macro lens, is a OnePlus 11 in disguise, that too for way less money, and this is not a bad thing at all. Fiiber rates the OnePlus 12R an 8.5 out of 10. Rest you guys let me know your thoughts about this phone in the comments below, and as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.